Alright, welcome back. So we're going to be doing the MultiVibrator, so we're the Astable MultiVibrator. It comes with the 2 transistors, red LEDs, capacitors, and ohms. So this is how you need to set up your breadboard with an X, 2 jumpers, doesn't matter where, but once you have them in, you're going to pick the right side and put your base, the base of your transistor, with the flat side of the transistor facing you. Same thing for the other side, flat side of the transistor facing you. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is take the negative side of the capacitor. Okay, that has the stripe on that side. The negative side is going to go in the column with this side of the, so the negative side of the capacitor is going to go into the negative side of the capacitor is going to go into the base of the opposite transistor. So you see how this base right here is connected to here? So what we're doing is we're taking the negative capacitor here, the negative side of the capacitor, putting it in, and putting the positive into the very, very furthest pin. That's the collector. Okay, now do the same thing for the other side. Negative to that pin, positive of the capacitor to the collector, and negative to the crossed pin. Okay, so like that. Pause it if you need to. Remember, this is the rounded side of the transistor we're looking at. Both of them are rounded on the side that we're looking at right now. And now we're looking at the flat side. Okay, so we need the 510 ohm resistors. Okay, there's one. There's 2. We also need 2 red LEDs. So let me make sure I have 2 red LEDs here. Now, if you're having trouble following along, just flag me down. Okay, we have 2 red LEDs here. So, transistors, capacitors. We're going to take our red LEDs. The positive side of the positive lead of the LED needs to come out. The negative lead of the LED goes into the collector of the transistor. Okay. Now, if you have a completely different colored LED, don't worry about it. Plug it in. See what happens. So again, positive side of the LED out, negative side of the LED to the collector. And the collector should be the one that we're looking at with the faces of the transistors towards us. Now we're going to take the 510 ohm resistors and take the bottoms like this and stretch them out. So we're going to stretch one out so that the leads come out to a straight. And we're going to take 1 510 on this side, right? We're going to move this side to the positive. So now we have the positive side of the LED connected through the resistor to the positive rail here. We're going to do the same thing for the other 510 ohm resistor. The 510 ohm is going to go from the positive. We're not going to bend this one out though. We're going to go from the positive to the positive. So positive power to positive of the LED. Okay, let's check that out. Let's see. Looks good. Now, if we have the right resistors, which I'm pretty sure we do. If we don't, then we don't. But we need 47K. I think this is 47K. Let's find out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the one resistor, stretch it out. I want you to go to the negative side here of the capacitor. We're going to plug it into, actually, wrong one. Negative side of the capacitor here. Okay. To positive voltage. Okay. Then we're going to go from the negative side to the positive voltage. Okay. And then we need a jumper from the output of this transistor to ground, and then take a small jumper and go from negative to the output, just like that. These are small parts. It can be a little bit frustrating to work with sometimes. Okay. So we have this one, I have that in, got that in. So I've got all the stuff coming to these two rails right here. We're not splitting it up. That's why I took the battery out. So we have positive on this rail, negative on this rail. So when you put the battery in, what we're going to do is we're going to take the negative, put it in the negative, and the positive, put in the positive. And check this out. You see it go? It's a little fast. It's a little fast. And it's a little fast for the camera too. So let's do that. Actually, I wonder if a little piece of paper would help. Look at that. Okay, so I don't have the residual light, but it's going back and forth. Now this one's changing color. If you get one that's changing color, that's fine. It's okay. It's just, how do you call it? Your timing might be, so there's a little bit of resistance through the circuit itself, and then the timing might be off. So let's just do this, and then we'll do, now make sure your positive is going to the positive and the negative is going to the negative. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Here we go, look at that. Check that out. Look at that. Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And this is simply with 2 transistors, 2 capacitors, 4 resistors, and some wiring to create this effect, which you can use for railroad crossing signs, or if you change the speed, you can control servos. Alright, so that's how we make this. Lots of different videos on YouTube to follow, so please look around, have fun, and subscribe to abacos.com, and I'll see you again.